Hello, good morning, and a warm welcome to our esteemed speaker of the day, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, and all our lovely audience. It is our honor and privilege to have a person of Dr. Radhakrishnan's eminence amongst us today to talk on a topic of critical importance: values, the hallmark of success. In today's fast paced, cutthroat, competitive environment, values have taken a back seat. It is highly pertinent to reinforce amongst the youth importance of values for sustained growth. Cultural shifts, individualism, role of media, materialism, and many other factors are influencing youth to compromise on values. It is the prime responsibility of we as educationists, the society, policymakers to come together and foster a culture of values. There is an imminent need to guide, mentor, handhold the youth and drive them to inculcate values as a strong part of their character. This talk today is a small endeavor by Vedanta Foundation to stimulate young minds towards accepting values as an integral part of personal growth. Hello. Hello, Ankit.
Yes, Mama. Thank you, Principal Ma'am, for your inspiring words. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guest of the day, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, sir. Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai, India's number one best-selling business author, is the founder and director of Chanakya International Institute of Leadership Studies at the University of Mumbai. With a remarkable 17 best-selling books on Chanakya, his influence spans across age groups of globally. As a visiting faculty, he has shared his wisdom in renowned institutes, including IIM, IIT, and National Defense Academy. He has been a part of various national and international projects of Government of India, including First International Yoga Day Academic Conference organized in USA by Indian Council of Culture Relations and Consulate General of New York as the chief convener, also participated and presented papers in various conferences and seminars in universities in over 20 countries. Many national and international awards has been conferred on him. Some of them includes Avishkar Research Award, Governor of Maharashtra Fellowship, International Yoga Organizers, Government of Chandigarh, Sardar Patel International Award for Contribution to Industrial Development, Rotary International Award in the field of education, Lokmat Award for Best Teacher of Philosophy, Letterfest Award received at the House of Lords, British Parliament, among others. Rated as the top 50 management thinkers from India by Thinkers50.com. He is one on a mission mode to bring back Indian knowledge system in a modern format. A noteworthy collaboration of Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai sir in his numerous podcasts with Ranveer Alavadia, widely known as Beer Biceps. His podcast engagement reflected a commitment to fostering a thoughtful dialogue that transcends boundaries and resonates with individuals across generations. Thank you, Radhakrishnan Pillai sir, for gracing us for your presence.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Sangeeta ma'am, for inviting me over here. She is a great leader, academician, and I would say, we work together in so many projects. So thank you for inviting me for Vedanta College Online and the Vedanta Foundation. Sumanji is also here. My pranams and namaskars. It's a great topic to speak on today about values, which is very important, not only for the youth, but I think even for elders. and more important even for children. So friends, in the next 45 minutes, what we'll be doing, we'll be thinking about values and trying to understand how we can use this in our personal and professional lives. Yes, because values is not just one word. उसको थोड़ा समझना जरूरी है, उसको अपने जीवन में जीना भी जरूरी है. As we say, values is not just a philosophical concept. I'm a philosopher by qualification also. PhD उसमें किया है. But let me tell you, if you make values only something as a dry subject, okay, it's good. But if you live the values that you believe in, you will be successful, because the topic is values, the hallmark for success in life, and professional and personal life. In fact, we should also practice values in relationships. Yeah, because if you don't have concepts and values like mutual respect, in fact, we see that there's a lot of challenges in society. Financial challenge is only one part of it. A lot of people have this feeling that if finances are sorted, your life is sorted. It is true only 50%. पैसे की जरूरत सबको है, बट पैसे जिसके पास है उनको भी बहुत कुछ जरूरत है, and that is where values come into play. So in the next few time, or I would say half an hour to 40 minutes that I have, I'll be actually helping you to think about values, because values can be different for different people. So it's not that आप जिसको value करते हैं और मैं जिसको value करता हूँ, they could be different. So I'm not here to actually define values, because definition of values can go on and on and on. But I think it's important to understand value and live those values. So with that, what I'll do is that my specialization has been in Artha Shastra of Chanakya. What I thought is that let me start with a small video on this topic of values. And of course, Chanakya was a leadership guru. He is teaching values to leaders, and I'm sure all the participants who are listening, in the future, you are going to be leaders in various fields. Leadership doesn't mean only political leadership. It can be business leadership. It can be academic leadership, like what we have Sangeeta ma'am over here. It can be leadership in the space of science and technology. It can be leadership in the field of being an artist also. So, because we're talking about values of leaders, there's a small video I like to show first about how Chanakya was guiding the leaders to become value-based leaders. A small clip from a serial called as Upanishad Ganga. If you have not watched it, I will suggest all the participants to watch it. It's freely available on YouTube. And there are 2 episodes on Chanakya and Upanishad Ganga. So let's start with a small video about values being taught by Chanakya to the leaders.
Now let's delve into an insightful panel discussion. I invite Principal Ma'am to initiate the discussion.
Ankit, Radhakrishnan sir has told that he wants to play a video on Chanakya. Shivam will take it ahead.
Sure, ma'am. Okay.
सुखस्य मूलम धर्मः।
सुख का मूल धर्म है।
धर्मस्य मूलम अर्थः।
धर्म का मूल अर्थ है।
अर्थस्य मूलम राज्यम।
अर्थ का मूल राज्य है।
अमरवत अर्थ जातम अर्जयेत।
स्वयं को अमर समझकर अर्थ का अर्जन करना चाहिए।
नहीं धान्य समो अयम अर्थः।
अन्न से बढ़कर दूसरा धन नहीं।
न क्षुधा समः शत्रु।
भूख से बढ़कर दूसरा शत्रु नहीं।
प्रणाम आचार्य।
सम्राट क्या मगध विजय के पहले तुम्हारी सेना नंदीग्राम के पास ठहरी थी?
हाँ आचार्य।
क्या तुम्हारी सेना ने ग्रामवासियों से अन्न लिया था?
हाँ आचार्य।
क्या उसका मूल्य चुकाया गया?
शायद नहीं।
हाँ या नहीं?
नहीं आचार्य।
क्या समझकर तुमने वो अन्न ग्रहण किया? दान या दक्षिणा?
मैं समझा नहीं आचार्य।
शारंगराव, सम्राट को दान और दक्षिणा का अर्थ समझाओ।
सम्राट, दान वह मूल्य है जो सामाजिक कर्तव्य के रूप में दिया जाता है, और दक्षिणा वह मूल्य है जो किसी सेवा के बदले में दी जाती है।
तुमने क्या लिया? दान या दक्षिणा?
क्षमा आचार्य, मैं उस अन्न का मूल्य चुका दूंगा।
ध्यान रहे चंद्रगुप्त, हर वस्तु का मूल्य है, हर सेवा का मूल्य है, और जिसका भी मूल्य है वो अर्थ है, और धर्म और काम अर्थ पर ही निर्भर है। इसलिए अर्थ व्यवहार धर्मपूर्वक हो। बिना मूल्य दिए दूसरे का द्रव्य लेना दूसरे के द्रव्य का अपहरण है, और दूसरे के द्रव्य का अपहरण अपने द्रव्य का नाश है। सम्राट, अन्न और प्रजा ही तुम्हारा धन है, और अन्न का प्रजा से संबंध है। बात समझ में आई?
हाँ आचार्य।
अब तुम जा सकते हो।
Hello, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in this video, one word was coming again and again called value, and the Sanskrit word was called मूल्य. तो हम कहते हैं ना values of life, जीवन के मूल्य क्या है? Of course, within this video, Chanakya was speaking about artha, the value of wealth or finance. You know, that is something that can be a separate topic of discussion. But to make it very simple, let me explain to you what a value means in financial terms. Take any object. For example, you can take a pen. Or let's say I take a watch. I have a watch in my hand. Now, financially, there are three things that we can look at. One is called the cost price. Second is called selling price. And the third is called value. Let me explain that. Let's say you're manufacturing a watch. मैन्युफैक्चरर, आप बिजनेसमैन हो और आप वॉच बनाते हो. You know, a businessman will actually look at financial calculation. Say the production of this watch per piece may come to around 500 rupees, just for numbers. Now that is something which is called CP in financial terms, cost price. Now if I want to sell it in the market, if I want to buy it as a customer, I may be buying it at 1000 rupees. Right now, 500 rupees is cost price, 1000 rupees is selling price, and profit is another 500 rupees. Very simple. Yeah, financially it's a mathematics. 500 रुपया में खरीदा, बनाया, और 1000 रुपये में बेचा, और 500 रुपये का नफा. Now value is one step ahead also. How come? Now let me tell you that, you know, for a normal person this may be a normal watch, but if I have to tell you this is a watch that was used by your grandfather, and that was gifted to you before he died. But if you want this watch which is with me right now, you have to give me some money. आपके दादाजी नाना जी ने ये वॉच आपके लिए छोड़ के गए, लेकिन आज मेरे पास है. और अगर आपको चाहिए, if you want this, you have to give me some money. Now tell me one thing. He said that I want this at 2,000 rupees only. I'll give you. In the market, a new watch may cost 1,000 rupees only. But suddenly, when the emotion of grandfather came in, the value of the watch became 2,000 rupees. And you say, कोई बात नहीं, आप 2,000 रुपए ले लो, लेकिन मेरा दादाजी का वॉच मुझे वापस दे दो. You see the difference? Now, value is not price. Value is certain emotions, certain attitudes that you have towards a particular object, or even for that matter, a particular person also. Like, let's say a close family member has died. For example, let's say, just for discussion, maybe one of your parents, father or mother, has died. Now, let's say he is a father of a mother of a child. Now, the death will be tormenting for that particular person because he values that particular person, the mother a lot, isn't it? Now, let's say एक दोस्त की माँ या पिताजी गुजर गए, so आपको भी दुख होगा, लेकिन उतना दुख नहीं होगा जितना आपके माँ का मृत्यु से होगा. You see, it's same, but value तब बढ़ता है जो मेरा है, अपना है. तो कहते हैं ना, तुम्हारी माँ तो तुम्हारी माँ है, मेरी माँ तो मेरी माँ है. So when this thing comes out of what you say emotional quotient, suddenly the value goes up. It can be to a dead object like a watch or a pen. It can be to a human being also. So why am I telling you in a simple way? Values is something that you can die for your life also. You can die for a value, and interestingly, you can even kill others for a value. So एक छोटा उदाहरण दूंगा. During the freedom struggle, a lot of people valued freedom and they were ready to die. उनको मूल जो था कि देश की आजादी बहुत बड़ी जरूरत है. They were all देशभक्त, they are patriotic, and lot of people came from very well-to-do families. You don't think that freedom fighters, all of them were only poor people who had nothing work, no employment. ऐसा नहीं था. In fact, if you look at the lives of Mahatma Gandhi, if you look at the life of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, for that matter, even our first Prime Minister Nehru ji, all of them came from very well-to-do families. But they believed that the progress of the country is utmost importance than personal values. Even after independence, there are a lot of people, leaders who built India, and they were builders of modern India. Two names, Dr. Homi Bhabha and Dr. Vikram Sarabhai. And even if you look at even close to our generation, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Now let me tell you, Dr. Vikram Sarabhai and Dr. Homi Bhabha were very rich families. They are from very rich families. And I would suggest, if you have not seen a web series called as Rocket Boys, I would suggest all of you watch it. And you'll be surprised that Dr. Homi Bhabha came from a very rich family from Bombay. He was already a Parsi. His father was a very, very, very successful and very accomplished lawyer. And he went to take up this small field, but he valued that Desh ka development important. If you look at Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, he was from Ahmedabad, and his father was the richest person in Ahmedabad during those days. He was an industrialist. But Beta says, no, I think my route to success is not just making money. My route to success in life, the hallmark for my success is values of creating space research in India, ISRO. Today, if you're having Chandrayaan, it is only because of the value that Dr. Homi Bhabha created. Today, we are a nuclear nation, thanks to Dr. Homi Bhabha. So look at every person may have different value in his life. So what I'm going to do now, I don't want to confuse you more, but I want to think about your personal values. आप किसको अपने जिंदगी में महत्व देते हो? And that's very important to determine success in life. Very important. And I will come back to 3 points of values that you should have in you to become a leader. तो आपको अगर लीडर बनना है तो चाणक्य ने बहुत सारे वैल्यूज के बारे में बात की है. And I want to talk only about 3. समय की मर्यादा है. I can go on and on and on. And I was discussing with Sangeeta madam also that वापस आएंगे. एक बार क्यों बुला रहे हो, बार बार बुलाओ. That I will take a full session on Chanakya, but because we have limited time, I'm going to be speaking on 3 values required for a leader to become successful. Remember, even if you are not a leader, if you follow these 3 values, you will become a leader. लीडर बनने के लिए वैल्यूज है और लीडर बनने के बाद भी ये वैल्यूज है. What are these 3 values? I'll talk about it today. But before that, let me tell you an ideal leader for Chanakya is called as Raj Rishi. Remember this word? Raj Rishi. It's a combination of 2 Sanskrit words. One is Raja and also Rishi. Raja means king, and I want to be unigender. You can be a leader even if you are a female. Rani bhi ho sakti hai na. In fact, I always say, there's a movie called Bahubali. I'm sure everybody must have seen that movie. Bahubali is only the name of the hero, but the real power is with Rajamata Shivagamini. So I always say this, it doesn't matter whether you're a male or a female, you have to be leader. And the word used by Chanakya in that generation is Raja. But the other one is more important. What kind of a Raja or leader? Rishi. Rishi means philosopher, thinker, value-based person. So when a leader has got values, he becomes an ideal leader. So remember, आपको captain of the team बनना है, लेकिन captain of a team is not a designation. He or she has to perform. They have to deliver results and take people along. So it's a big subject. We can talk about it in detail later on. But I'm going to be talking about 3 values that are important for anybody to become a great leader, whichever field. The first value and very important value for a leader is called time. Time management. Dekho, when you're a leader, you have to do multiple things. But you cannot just say ना हाँ चलो समय चलता रहता है. नहीं, आपको अपने समय में काम खत्म करना है. You have to deliver results in the given time. Therefore, you have to understand the value of punctuality as well. Let's say we have decided that we'll start at 11 o'clock. We started 11. All of us started, so that's a good start. At the same time, I should also end in time. Otherwise, it can go on and on and on and on. इसलिए हमारे स्कूल और कॉलेजेस में every period के बाद एक घंटी बजती है. So what is important is that if you are a leader, you have to do multiple things. Meetings have to start in time and meetings also have to end in time. I've been very fortunate that I travel a lot in our country and internationally also. And let me tell you, before 20 years, Indians never valued time. Chalta hai. Now, fortunately, because all of us are getting aware of time, our punctuality has increased. Chalo yaar. In India, time is always a range, not a point. 11 बजे हाँ ठीक है यार, 11:15 बजे तक पहुंच जाएंगे. अरे, if you have decided 11, you have to start at 11. In fact, I remember myself and Sangeeta ji talking about it, that let's be in the particular venue. The place I'm sitting, I'm next to Madam's cabin right now. I came here 1 hour before time. So we can have aram, say chai, coffee, and then we can discuss. Now think about it, if I had come exactly at 11, by the time the technical thing would have set up, I would have started by 11:50. None of you would have complained. Yet, it's not professionalism. So life में एक चीज याद रखना, that you have to value time if you want to be successful in life. Now remember that 2 types of disciplines as far as time is concerned. In the first stage of your life, you become disciplined because of external people. माँ पिताजी उठाते हैं ना सुबह सुबह, चलो बेटा उठो, स्कूल जाना है, कॉलेज जाना है. Okay, that's external. When you come to school or college, the teachers will tell you, come on, sit. Okay, but tell me one thing, after you are passed out of your school and college, you cannot have somebody telling you, you have to be on time, you have to be on time. You should have what is called as self-discipline. तो पहले दूसरों अपने को सिखाता है value of time, but later on you should become self-disciplined on your own. I'll tell you a small joke. You know, there was a person, his mother had the habit of waking him up every day morning. Beta utho, school jana hai, school jana hai, school jana hai. So one day the mother was waking up the child and saying that beta utho, aapko school jana hai, aapko school jana hai. And typically the children, right? Nahi mummy, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. The mother woke up him again after 5 minutes. Nahi mama, sone do, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. Mother got so angry. बेटा जल्दी उठो, इतना तो याद रखो तुम स्कूल के प्रिंसिपल हो. The thing is that how long will the mother keep waking you up? Of course she can help you, but as a leader you have to be on time yourself, right? Of course you can use the mobile for putting up all the alarm clocks and all. So friends, in the initial stages, it's very important to know that you have to get help from others to discipline you in time. But later on, time should be part of your thinking. It should be part of your self-discipline. Chanakya spoke about something called as Raja ka Dinacharya, the daily timetable of a king. You know, friends, it's important that everybody wakes up in time. But I would say wake up before time and also sleep on time. And today, thanks to electricity and mobile, we have lost the idea of timing only. हम तो चलते रहते हैं, कभी सोते नहीं, सोते तो उठते नहीं. I remember there's a student of mine, a girl who came to me and saying, Radha sir, you always say, wake up before time, but I can't get up. So I asked her in detail, तुम्हें कितने बजे उठना है? So she says, I want to wake up at 4 o'clock. Okay, fine, good. But what time do you actually get up in the morning now? And what time do you sleep? You know what she told me? I wake up at 9 o'clock. ठीक है? Now imagine 9 o'clock को जिसकी आदत लग गई है, you cannot suddenly wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Slowly make it from 9 to 8 to 7 to 6, 5 and then 4 o'clock. I said be slow, practice it. But the second question is more interesting. Okay, you want to get up at 4, but what time do you sleep? 2 o'clock. Right? So if you sleep at 2 o'clock, how can you get up at 4 o'clock? So remember, you have to have a timetable and stick to that. Especially during exam times. At least for 1 month, you have to cut off all your connectivity. Be connected to your friends, but don't get connected to the mobile too much. Ek mahina. In fact, there was a research. The students who topped the class and did well in life actually had something called as personal discipline. But there is a book of mine called Chanakya in the Classroom. It will help all of you to actually plan your timetable on your own along with your teachers. Okay? The first value is time. Second value for a leader, knowledge. You should actually value knowledge and knowledgeable people. और भारत में परंपरा है, we have a legacy and a history that we respect knowledgeable people. Saints and sages, rishi munis, teachers, gurus, parents. So it is very important. Chanakya spoke about a concept called as knowledge seeker as a value of life. हमें सीखते रहना है, हमको पढ़ते रहना है. A lot of people have an impression that पढ़ाई मतलब examination. Education doesn't mean only examination. Education in life should be continuous learning. So maybe you are in whatever standard, you will aim to become a graduate. After becoming a graduate, you may get a job. But I would say that don't stop even if you get a job, keep learning. Maybe later on you go and do a professional course like an MBA. After that, keep learning. Attend seminars, conferences. And in today's generation, there's so much available, right, for knowledge. Even in YouTube, you can get a lot of knowledge. A lot of talks happening in TEDx. So, a person who values knowledge. Let me tell you about my own case. In school and college, I was an average student. I was never a topper, but I never failed also. पढ़ते गया. And my parents always give me this value that keep reading books. I used to keep reading books beyond textbooks. पढ़ते गया. Of course, I did my graduation, I got a job, I did my MBA, I went in my career very high, but I never stopped. I learned Chanakya. I did my MA in Sanskrit. I did my PhD. I got a gold medal also for that. Even now I'm studying. लोग बोलते हैं अभी क्यों पढ़ाई कर रहा है? Because I value knowledge. And think about it that today I become also an author. Why am I telling all these things? The second value for a leader is to keep studying. The management terminology is called continuous learning. तो टाइम को वैल्यू करो, पढ़ाई और नॉलेज को वैल्यू करो, विद्या को वैल्यू करो. And the third important value that I believe in is called valuing people around you. हम कहते हैं टीम वर्क. आप अच्छे कैप्टन हो ऑफ ए टीम, बट द टीम ऑल्सो शुड गेट इंस्पायर्ड बाय द कैप्टन. If you don't value people, they'll leave you and go. Remember, even a cricket match or a sports, even if the captain is the best player, he will not be able to win the match without the other players also performing. So remember, when you are in college, we value friends, isn't it? And more during exam time. And notes दे देना यार. How are you studying? बताना मेरे को. But that is only for the exam period. After that, no value. In Marathi, there's a saying, "Kama purta mama." What does that mean? जब भी जरूरत है आता है. But actually speaking, you are selfish. You're not valuing the person. So it's important that we have to respect friends beyond exams and make it a habit in life that wherever you go, you will always value people around you. And therefore, great leaders are great people managers. Great leaders are great people managers. You never work alone. आप जब भी आगे जाओगे अपने जिंदगी में, a lot of people with you. Some may be ahead of you, आपसे ऊपर होंगे, आपके बॉस वगैरह. Some may be below you, junior. Some may be equal to you. सबके साथ अच्छा व्यवहार करो. Please help everybody as much as possible, and take help from others whenever possible. That's also value in life. You have to respect others. Only then you will be respected by others. I repeat it. You have to respect others and you have to get respected by others. For that, you have to value people. In life, you may have a lot of factors. You may have money, you may have fame, and today's generation, you may have a lot of followers on your YouTube channels also. But let me tell you, that doesn't make you a great human being. I always tell my mentees, a lot of them are YouTubers. And one of the famous one, all of you may be knowing, is Ranveer Alamadia. I see a generation which thinks that, if I have more followers, more likes and more subscription, I'm a great, successful person. Not necessarily. Yes, it's good to have followers. It's good to have likes. But the question is that, are you a good human being? देखो, remember in life, ऊपर नीचे चलते रहते हैं. There's a saying that, सबका टाइम आता है. There's a very famous song also, ना अपना टाइम आएगा. But many people don't know there is a second part also. सबका टाइम जाएगा. आज जो number 1 है ना, after a point of time he will be replaced by somebody else. A lot of people believe value means my power and my position. Oh, I'm number 1 in my field. I'm the captain of a sports team. But there will be a time which will come when you will retire. Will people come to you not because of a power position, but because you are a great human being? That is success in life. I have written a book called Chanakya 7 Secrets of Leadership. It is with D. Shivanandan sir, who was the Director General of Maharashtra Police. If you know, DGP is a post in IPS, Indian Police Service, Director General of Police, and he was the head of Maharashtra, the whole state. Imagine he had 2.5 lakh policemen reporting to him. कितना? 2.5 lakh. हम एक छोटे से कांस्टेबल को देख के डर जाते हैं रास्ते पे. And he's like the bosses of bosses. Now, initially when I met him for the first time, he was the DGP. So everybody was giving salute, सब लोग डरते थे. But the real respect happened after he retired. पुलिस की वर्दी उतरने के बाद, can the people still value you? That is the question. And surprisingly, even today, after retirement of 12 years, people value him. He is now the advisor for so many countries. He is the advisor for the Prime Minister of India also. He is an advisor to Reserve Bank of India, Bombay Stock Exchange, National Stock Exchange, Tata Group of Companies. मैं क्यों बोल रहा हूँ आपको ये सारे कहानियां? Because if you are a valued person, position जाने के बाद भी people actually will value you. You know, there is a social media concept called likes and following. All of you know that. But if somebody wants to attack you, they will, unfollow you. मैंने ऐसे ऐसे लोग देखे जिनके मिलियंस ऑफ फॉलोअर्स थे, बट एक समय ऐसा आ गया कि उनका मिलियंस हाफ हो गया. देन व्हाट यू फील? अरे यार मेरा कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है. नहीं, प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड माय डियर फ्रेंड्स, समय जाने के बाद भी आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट आल्सो पीपल कैन वैल्यू यू. दैट मींस यू आर रियली सक्सेसफुल इन लाइफ. तो समय आएगा जाएगा, लेकिन वैल्यूज विल रिमेन इंटैक्ट. I'll stop here with a story which is very famous. I'm sure everybody must have heard about it. Mahatma Gandhi, the father of our nation. So everybody has got different values. I only give 3 of them. He valued honesty, Satya. You know, our national emblem says Satyam eva jayate. All of you must have heard about it. It is there in every coin and note also of India, currency note. And it's a symbol in our judiciary system also. Satyam eva jayate. But Gandhiji believed that Satya is something that he values the most. In fact, his autobiography is called as My Experiments with Truth. And as a child, he always believed in truth and speaking the truth and being honest. In fact, there was a time when Gandhiji as a student could not succeed in many of his papers, but he said, no, I will not copy. He believed that I have to be an honest student. He believed it till the end. And Gandhiji's example role model was Raja Harishchandra. If you study our scripture, there's a great story about a king called Harishchandra. And that is the only movie that actually Gandhiji saw. So during those days, there was no mobile, no OTT, and no theaters also. But he had a chance to watch the film on Raja Harishchandra. I'm not sure it was a film or a drama. I think it was a drama. But that changed his life. No, Raja Harishchandra never lied. राजा का पूरा जो throne है, राजा सिंहासन चला गया. From a Raja, he became a poor man. But he never compromised on his values. And it is a test of life. Later on, he became a Raja again. So when you are a poor man or a rich man, never give up your values in life. Values make you strong and values make you inspiring. जिंदगी में याद रखिएगा, जो आदमी अपने आप को वैल्यू नहीं करता, वो किसी को वैल्यू नहीं कर सकता. So you have to value yourself, you have to value others and live your values. With that, I want to stop here by summarizing what I said once again. You want to be a leader, then you have to have values. If you want to be successful, you should have values. And 3 values which I spoke about today. Value time, value knowledge, and value people around you. With that, definitely you will succeed. And I'm sure one day you will be the case study for others. So become great leaders and men and women of great values. Thank you so much. What I'm going to do now in the next 2 minutes, I'm going to also release my latest book along with Sangeeta ji. I've written 22 books. And this book is called Chanakya's 100 Best Sutras. So I will unwrap it and madam is also there. So I will like to maybe present a copy to Somanji also. And you can buy this book or read it from the library later on. So here is the book, ma'am, if you can also show this.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Over to you, Sangeeta ji.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot, Radhakrishnan, Dr. Radhakrishnan. This was amazing. Having this book in the hand in itself gives so much of pride. And I have known Dr. Radhakrishnan for last 15 years. I can vouch for his scholarly approach towards different fields. Right from, he studied a lot of Indian texts, and the way he connects and the way he relates to very, very simple things. The most amazing part about your talk today, Radha, was that you brought it down to the layman level and you explained so well, and you took the most important three critical values to explain to the youngsters that even I always believe, with my 30 years into the education field, that a lot of reasons around to take shortcuts. But then I have also seen those youngsters who compromised on values get stuck and then fall back and then find no way. I'm super impressed by the story of Dr. Shivanand. You spoke about the DIG. Yes, these are the great people. Abdul Kalam you spoke about, and you spoke about Homi Baba and Vikram Bhai. These are the people who are an inspiration for the youngsters who stood by their values and who worked very hard to, continue with their values, and so they remained successful till the last breath in their life. So I'm sure today the youth are taking back a lot of good lessons from your talk, and I'm sure that you have inscribed on their mind and heart very clearly that you work hard, manage your time, and value people around you, and that is going to grow you in a sustained way and grow you very satisfactorily, basically, till the last breath of your life. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for your book. We are really honored to have you with us as a best-selling author, as an inspiring human being, and as an exceptional orator. So over to Ankit and Kiran.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. As our discussion unfolds, let's gain valuable insights. Finally, I invite Vice Principal Ma'am to conclude the panel discussion and provide the vote of thanks.
Hello everyone, myself Dr. Kiran Bengani, Vice Principal Vedanta College. So today, if I have to just conclude what we have learned through the session, so we have learned three eternal values from Sir, and Sir has started this discussion by giving one very cute example, which was talking about the watch cost price and selling price. But Sir rightly has distinguished and explained us what is the value, how it differs from cost price and selling price. Sir has also given a wonderful quote that your emotional quotient goes up with the values. And with the eminent examples Sir has quoted about Homi Baba Sir, Abdul Kalam ji and Vikram Sarabhai, we learned that what is the personal values in life. आप किसको अपनी जिंदगी में महत्व देते हो, ये भी बहुत अच्छे से समझा. And finally the three eternal values which were taught by Sir by attaching and giving beautiful examples were like time, punctuality, learning and knowledge, and you have to value people around you. So I am heartily thankful to our eminent speaker, Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai sir, for such wonderful and enlightening talk based on the eternal values. Sir, takeaway for all of us, teachers, students, and audience who have joined us live stream. It will be all these three eternal values we will never forget, and we'll try to give the importance to all such things and be a good human being and follow this particular significant and substantial values in life. I offer my sincerest gratitude to our Suman ma'am, Vedanta Foundation trustee, for being with us and supporting us always to arrange such wonderful talks. I would be really failing in my duty if I forget to thank our CEO Ravi Krishnan sir, Vedanta Foundation CEO, for continuous support. And I'm heartily thankful to Dr. Sangeeta Kohli, our principal ma'am, for helping us arrange such wonderful talks and connecting us with such wonderful eminent speakers. Lastly, I'm thankful to all the audience who have joined us through live streaming. I'm also thankful to all the teachers, students, and technical team. Thank you one and all.